It is hard to believe that Dirk Nowitzki has been retired for 6 years now, and his reign in Dallas is over. But have no despair, Mavs fans, as new hope has risen in Luka Doncic and his new cast who are heading in the right direction. Marc Cuban made some moves that shifted the whole landscape of the team's expectations, especially trading away their star Kristaps Porzingis to the Washington Wizards. However, this proved beneficial, and the roster seems to be completed. Today's video will be about the newly formed Dallas Mavericks and their potential in the long term. In this video, we will cover the facts that speak for the recent success of the Dallas Mavericks. Also, we will project how this roster looks in the future and how much the trade of Kristaps Porzingis impacted this team's change and positively influenced it. If you enjoy the video, like it and press the little red button below to subscribe to our channel if you already haven't. Do you think this young team has a chance to be special in the near future? Please share your opinion in the comments, as I would absolutely love to hear from you. Let's keep rolling. It seems that the Mavs finally found the winning formula, as their win column is improving recently. Their form is insane now, and they are striving to new heights, hoping to switch places with the Utah Jazz, who they beat in the last game, and who are currently 4th in the Western Conference, with the Mavs breathing down their necks with only a half game back in the time of this video. Dallas has a record of 8-2 in the last 10 games and 11-2 in the last 13. New addition Spencer Dinwiddie, who came in that trade with the Washington Wizards for Kristaps Porzingis, has been an absolute boost for this fresh unit, acting mostly as a sixth man. After having a down season with the Wizards where it was obvious that he wasn't himself and had felt a certain pressure from everyone, he turned the table and has shut many mouths since arriving. The Mavs are 7-1 when he played, and he has earned the trust of coach Jason Kidd after some amazing performances, and especially after the clutch plays against the Golden State Warriors. During his Dallas short era, he is averaging 18.1 points per game and shooting a 55 field goal percentage, which is a major upgrade after performing what looked like a shell of himself with the Wizards, averaging only 12.6 points per game and shooting a miserable 38% from the floor. The coach had high praise, saying he's been very receptive to coaching and his teammates, and they trust him. That's one of the hardest things is, how fast will the trust take place? I think you can see the trust is at a very high level when he's on the floor. We are getting to the end of the season, and Coach Kidd is looking to trim down minutes for the starters and include some other guys like Trey Burke and Sterling Brown. It is worth noticing that Kidd had increased the minutes to the starting lineup. He said that with the arrival of Spencer Dinwiddie, he has had to change the rotations in the roster. He wants to trim down minutes and rest key players for the playoffs. However, it is his job to make the decisions, and with the latest results, he should not be questioned. He wants to try out different combinations before the playoffs to see which teammates fit in better. Every single coach that visited the Dallas Mavericks only had respect for Coach Kidd, and Coach Quinn Snyder was no exception. Before the game, he said, "They're really good, obviously," Snyder said before Monday's contest. "The way they're playing right now, they're as good as anybody in the NBA. You can point to what Luka does, and it's special the way he scores, rebounds, and play makes. Defensively, they're a team that's connected. There's a focus and a pride they have on the ball defensively. And they're an excellent team as far as helping. They shift really well. You're not just attacking one guy, you're attacking their team." The defense has truly been the Mavs' biggest transition, as they are known as a high-scoring team, but a defensive atrocity, at least in the past. However, that seems to have changed since Porzingis' departure. Though it's waxed and waned at points, they've been able to string together solid defense often enough to where it's pulled them through games they've lost in the past. The Mavericks don't have a top 10 defense or anything close to that, but they are more energetic and they switch more. Even though they don't have a player that has an all-defensive team potential except for Dorian Finney-Smith, they are collectively suffocating offenses as a whole. Their approach on defense has not changed, but they do seem more committed to playing it. Even though they lost a rim protector in Kristaps Porzingis, who was the leading shot blocker of the team, they still made do with what they have. However, without him, they defended the rim at the same level, and he just wasn't agile enough to cover the fastest players in the league, and was an easy target after being drawn out on the perimeter. On offense, Coach Kidd introduced a more fully free-flowing offense that was often ball-dominant and more ISO-oriented towards Luka Doncic. As a result of more ball movement, Jalen Brunson has become a better on-ball creator and has shared the pumpkin with teammate sharpshooters like Maxi Kleber, Reggie Bullock, and Dorian Finney-Smith. Spencer Dinwiddie has shown to be a perfect partner for Luka Doncic, shouldering the load on offense and also creating plays for other teammates, while Davis Bertans has not yet shown his potential, whether kids saw him as a defensive liability or he just didn't fit in with the coach's plans. Luka was injured for a while during December with an ankle sprain, but now looks so much better, and with the new coach, he has been seemingly happier than under Coach Carlisle, with whom he had disagreements often, especially during the last season of his tenure. Now he's in a more comfortable place, and he's leading the league in usage rate at an amazing 37.3 rate. He was criticized a lot for being out of shape, but he proved the critics wrong, and he's back to his old self. The Mavs superstar is averaging 36 points per game, 11.2 rebounds per game, and 6.9 assists per game in the last 10 games, and he is playing at an MVP level again after starting the season slow and without any rhythm. Even if still young, he has shown maturity and has led his team to playoffs. The downside is he had to face Kawhi Leonard and Paul George and the Clippers, who he just couldn't beat alone. But this year, both these players are still out of the competition, and Luka has a much better supporting cast. They probably aren't going to win the championship this postseason, but have finally flipped the script and are playing more coherently. It was a waiting period for Luka Doncic, as his draft classmates like Trae Young and DeAndre Ayton have had more success in the playoffs. He is undoubtedly going to win MVP awards and championships with the way that he's been playing, and is already one of the best Dallas Mavericks players of all time. His relationship with Dirk Nowitzki is bound to be helpful in the long term as he progresses later in his career. The Mavs are going to the playoffs this year. I don't see them falling down below 6th place and into the play-in tournament. Realistically, they are bound to be somewhere between the 4th and 6th place, with the Jazz and the Nuggets also having similar results recently. They just need to finish games better and not let the games go wire to wire until the last second, as they have done so many times this year. Nonetheless, they have a bright future and a huge potential in the coming years if they continue working like they have been in the last 10 to 15 games. And what is your opinion? Tell me what you think about the Mavs and their potential in the next couple of years. What should the Mavs do to succeed? Will they win the championship with Luka Doncic? I appreciate every single one of your comments, so feel free to tell us what you think in the comments down below. And once again, make sure to leave a like on this video and hit that subscribe button to catch up with the best NBA content. If you like this video, make sure to watch my other videos about recent NBA news and the craziest rumors. Thank you for watching.